Okay, Coach, coming off a couple of big wins to close last week's road trip there. Luke Reinschmidt really had a great week for you with 4 home runs, and that paid off. He's named the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association National Player of the Week, announced on Wednesday. Just a couple words on what that means to this program and on his performance overall.
Well, you know, I thought being the GNAC Player of the Week was great, and then the next day you called me and said he's the regional West Region Player of the Week, which the West Region, you know, you could make an argument that it's the best region or one of the best regions for sure. And then to get the National Player of the Week is just, I mean, that's the cherry on top of the sundae. So that's really exciting for Luke, and personally I'm just so happy for him because he has worked his tail off, and you know, he's just one of the kids that you root for. He's solid on the field, off the field, in every way. So great kid, and you know, he started off hot against Azusa this week, and even though we didn't win games against Azusa or Dixie, I mean, obviously we faced 2 very good pitching staffs, and he competed against really high-level pitching very well. So it much deserved. We played a really tough schedule. Luke played every game on that schedule, on the road. So, I mean, he couldn't deserve it anymore, and I'm happy for him, and hopefully we'll be able to, you know, ride a little bit of his momentum too.
And that last game there against Montana State, you guys won 15-1, so you were able to kind of take him out, give him a little bit of a breather there in the late innings when you had that game secure. Just talk about how those last 2 wins against Montana are going to give you a little bit of momentum heading into your opening GNAC series this weekend at Central Washington.
Well, I think, you know, we haven't seen Montana in a few years, so we didn't really know what to expect. And tell you what, they're much improved. The guys that we saw were very good on the mound the first day, and you know, they swing the bat, and really they had us on the ropes the entire first game. So the second game on paper looks like a bigger win, but really coming from behind in that first game, getting it into extra innings, and then, you know, having a chance in the 9th to win it, and not quite getting the job done, and still, you know, and having to create another opportunity to get it done in the 10th was, you know, that was a huge win for us, because, you know, when you play some hard-fought games and they don't go your way, it's really easy in baseball just to get momentum heading in the wrong direction. So that was a big momentum changer for us, and we came out the next day, and even though, you know, we're on the end of a road trip and it was cold and rainy and, you know, not really a day that's conducive to scoring a lot of runs, we came out and our guys responded and played loose and had fun, and stayed within our approach, and got another good W. So great way to end the trip. You know, we're a long way from playing our best baseball, but I still really like our guys, and we're a little shorthanded at this point, but, you know, that's just part of the baseball season. So you got guys dinged up, and, you know, we're going to be without a few guys for this weekend and potentially the next, but the next guy will get a turn, and we'll go see if we can't make something happen in Ellensburg.
Your thoughts on facing the reigning GNAC tournament champion, Central Washington? You know, it's a program that's perennially been towards the top of the conference, and last year they showed that by winning the championship tournament. This week you start off your conference play against them, and your thoughts on those 4 games coming up?
Well, the interesting thing is they don't really have a lot of returning faces off of that team, but boy, do they pitch well. And any team that pitches well is going to have a chance to win games. You know, and they scored runs against St. Martin's in their opening series, non-conference series. So the one thing about Central every year that you can say, even if the names are different, is they're always athletic and they always swing the bat, and they're physically you could make an argument every year that they're the best team at a lot of positions. So I mean, we're gonna have our hands full, and on the road. You know, the preseason schedule that we played, Dixie State, Azusa, CSU Pueblo, that's why we played those games. Man, we surely could have went out and tried to find a soft schedule to get some confidence, but, you know, I guess my perspective is the Western Oregons and the Central Washingtons of the world and even the other 3 of us in the GNAC. I mean, anybody can show up any day and beat you. So we had to. You know, we just made a decision we're going to play the best possible schedule in the preseason to prepare us, and so we'll find out where we're at this weekend, get a measuring stick. The good thing I think about our conference is playing 32 games is, you know, each game only has the value of 1 conference game. So we'll come out and play as hard as we can for that 4-game series, and there's still a lot of baseball left. It's early.
And then right after that series at Central, you guys stay on the road. You head down to Riverside, California to take on Cal Baptist in 4 single games in 4 days. Just your thoughts on that opportunity, facing Cal Baptist after starting GNAC play?
Well, you know, obviously we haven't played Cal Baptist before as a program, but we know a little bit about them, and I mean everyone that we talk to says, hey, you know, if you want a Division II baseball experience, that's where you go and play. I mean, obviously they're a great team, but it's a great venue, and so you're going to have great competition. You're going to play in a great yard, and usually in great weather, and so this time of the year, those are a few things that we're looking for. So it's spring break for us, so it's and I really like to go out and play single 9-inning games. It lets you get a chance to use your bullpen like you're going to use it, and you know, the double headers beat on your bullpen a little bit, and they beat on your team a little bit. So playing single games is great. We play in the evening the first 3, so playing night games is fun, and it's not something we get to do a lot in Division II baseball. So we have to play 3 night games and then an afternoon game, and have a day off in there to kick back and enjoy ourselves a little bit, and then we come right back and jump into Western Oregon and NAU for the next couple weeks. So schedule doesn't get any easier, but you know, I like our guys, and I feel like, you know, we're excited to get back on the road.
All right, Coach. Good luck this week.
Thanks.
Okay, Luke, getting ready to start GNAC play here coming up this weekend. You guys are on the road against Central Washington. First of all, though, found out today you were named the NCBWA National Player of the Week, so congratulations on that. Quite a week last week in the games at Dixie State. You had 4 home runs and 8 total extra base hits. Just kind of talk about what was working for you at the plate and how you were able to put those numbers up.
Well, luckily I was getting a lot of fastballs, and that has to do with me batting behind. I mean, Brody Miller and All-Americans batting behind me, and that gives me a lot of good pitches to hit, because usually they're not wanting to face the kid that won GNAC Player of the Year last year. So he's actually giving me a lot of help. I mean, batting in front of him I get a lot of fastballs, and I'm a fastball hitter. And then even with Brody batting behind, Kevin Toon batting behind Brody, those are 3 first-team all West Region players and so it gives us a lot of good pitches to hit. And I think that I was just focusing on getting a pitch I liked early in the count and swinging. So.
You guys were trailing Montana State there kind of late. You came back and got the extra inning victory over them 7-6. And then the next day you stormed to a 15-1 victory. So kind of talk about the momentum you guys have as a team with those 2 wins and how you can take that into this weekend at Central.
I think we really needed a close game to go our way. We've lost 5 or 6 one-run games, or we've been 1 run and then it just kind of gets away from us in the end. And I think we really needed a close win to kind of get confidence underneath that. When a game gets close, we can win. And then I feel like once we got that confidence earlier, we just felt that we should go in the next day and keep the momentum and and expect to win, something that we really need to learn. And I think we did well that second day about doing that. We jumped out early on them. We got guys in scoring position. Our pitchers pitched really well the last 5 games of the series. They really did a really good job, and I think we kind of put everything together at the end. So.
For you, it's your second time through the GNAC now. You know how much these games mean and how competitive they can be. And what better way to start it than against the reigning GNAC tournament champions, Central Washington. You're at their place. You know, they won the tournament last year, so they got a target on their back. So what's your guys' kind of mindset, mentality heading into this series against a good team like that?
Well, they're obviously a great team. We know they have great pitching. Pitcher of the Year last year. We know that they're going to be low-scoring games, and I think we have to go to the mindset knowing we can win 3-2. Like Coach said, we can win 3-2, 4-3. Those low-scoring games, because we are a power lineup, but we need to learn how to manufacture runs, and I think that's going to be a key component into the series with Central, because I mean, no better way to kick off than trying to show the conference what we're doing over here at MSUB and get a good series in against Central Washington.
All right, Luke, good luck this week on the road.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Tanner, coming off a couple of big wins over Montana State to close out your road trip last week. On Sunday, Brady Muller had a great start. You know, he tied a career high with 11 strikeouts, and you were the one that took the ball from him and finished that game the last 3 innings. Just your thoughts on his start there and how that set you guys up for that big win.
I thought Brady did really well coming off the last 2 he had, and I mean he's doing, and I just hope he can continue doing well throughout the season. I mean he's proved that he can, so let's just hope he can. And I felt really good him coming off, and was able to really come through and just make a good outing or a relief outing, and that's basically what I thought was good.
And really a gutsy win for you guys the day before. You were trailing in the game late. You came back and tied it, and then you were able to win it in extra innings. Just talk about you know, the team's will to stay alive in that game, I guess, and get that extra inning win.
Well, that's basically the story of our team, man. It's constant. We're constantly grinding and fighting for every last run we get. I don't think we've had a game. We might have had one game where we stopped fighting, but that was an absolute blowout. But all the others, man, we grinded to the very last out, very last pitch. We were there, and just as a shame we aren't better in our records than we are now. It doesn't really show it too well.
And a unique experience for you. It's your first time heading this weekend into GNAC play, your first look at the conference. You guys are facing Central Washington. Just maybe some of your thoughts or expectations, things you know about the league, and things you're looking forward to as you play these first conference games coming up this weekend.
Well, I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing some new teams, seeing some new appearances, and I'm really glad to be in this new league. Central Washington is going to be a tough battle, but I mean, if we just keep doing what we're doing, grinding out runs and coming off 2 big wins, keep the momentum rolling in our favor, and I think we'll be a successful. We'll have a first successful road trip out.
All right, good luck this weekend, Tanner.
All right, thank you.